Shalom, shalom. Before going to this lesson, all praise and glory due to Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, Bashim Kodash. The honors to the apostles and elders that rule well. Alright, the name of this lesson is How to Serve. This is my duty, this is my job to the spirit of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. Alright, the Lord's will is edifying. This lesson is edifying to you, brothers and sisters out there. Alright? So the name again is How to Serve. Alright, he came to serve, right? You're gonna read this little footnote, small footnote that I get to you. Christ said the ultimate example of service, sacrifice when he descended to us and submit to death on our behalf. Likewise, we are called to humbly serve others. We are called by reading the Father Scripture with commitment from the ESV Study Bible. Alright, so we're going to start with Philippians 2:3-8. Do nothing from selfish ambition or conceit. Alright, conceit is talking about your thoughts, your mind. Alright, so you're not supposed to do nothing, not conceit. Yeah, that is to deal with your thoughts, deal with your mind. Alright, because scripture says lean not on your own understanding. Conceit figures which really a smile or metaphor that forms an extremely ingenious and financially conceit. Sorry. Wait. Forgive me. I think I make a mistake with that word. What is conceit? Favorable opinion, especially excessive appreciation of one's own worth or fortune. Alright, favorable opinion, favorable opinion, because you gotta remember, I get it wrong, sorry about that. I get tied up with conceit, I think it is, and conceit. No, not forget the next word, boy. Never mind. The meaning of conceit is favorable opinion, especially excessive appreciation of one's own worth or virtue. How to use conceit in a sentence. Yeah, I was right. It's actually your mind. You just do it leading on your own understanding and pushing yourself. Yeah, so I was right. It's the right word. Alright? You actually pushing yourself. You selfish. You only exalting your own self. Pushing yourself and so forth. That's not serving. When you always putting yourself first. Serving is putting others before you. Alright? And you serve. That's how you serve. You put others before you. Alright? So it said, do nothing from selfish ambition or conceit. Meaning, by whatever your mind says, whatever you think. Alright? But in humility, count others more significant than yourselves. Alright? Let each of you look not only to his own interests, but also to the interests of others. So we had to, when it say look, it's talking about watch out, for the interests of others. Alright? Watch out for the interests of others. Alright? Have this mind among yourselves, which is yours in Yahushai Mashiach, who though he was in the form of the Most High, did not count equality with God a thing to be grasped, but the form of a servant. Alright, being born in the likeness of men. Alright, and being found in human form, he humbled himself by becoming obedient to the point of death, even death on a cross. Alright, and that's what the Lord wants from us, to be obedient even unto death, right? There is always a temptation to be like Paul's opponents in Philippians 1:17 and operate in a spirit of selfish ambition, looking to advance one's own agenda. You see, so you're not supposed to advance your own agenda. Alright? is make everything about yourself. Alright? Such conceit, it means vainglory, meaning you're going after vainglory. You want to be famous, you want praise, you want all of that. Alright? And all of that, you want to be seen, you want to be noticed. Alright? Alright. It's counted by counting others more significant than yourselves. Alright? You're supposed to praise others rather than yourselves. Alright? Praise others rather than yourself. Paul realized that serving. Alright? Giving others the opinion rather than yourselves. Alright? Praise others rather than yourself. Lift up others. That's serving. Alright? Look out for others' interests than yourselves. Alright? The key is to take the same level of concern and apply it also to the interests of others. Such radical love is rare, so Paul proceeds to show it supreme reality in the life of Mashiach. You know? He's a young man in this thing, right? This passage is often referred to as the aim of Yahushua. Paul depicts Yahushua's example of service in a stirring poem that traces his pre-existence, incarnation, death, I like that, incarnation, alright, in the flesh, right? Death, resurrection, and ascension to the right hand of the Most High, to the right hand of the Most High. That's on point. Paul wrote this magnificent theology, alright? I think, theology is the study of God, alright? To encourage the Philippians to consider other people's interests first. See Paul 2, Philippians 2 and 4. Yahushua is the paradigm of genuine spiritual progress, not a self-aggrandizing struggle for supremacy. You see, you want power. Alright, you want to be over, you want to be dominant. Alright, so Yahushua is not for that. Yahushua in for that. Alright? Yahushua say he came here to do the will of his Father. Right? So we had to do the same thing, right? But a deep love for the Most High neighbor shown in deeds of service, Philippians 2 and 6, have some clear indication of poetic structure, leading some to believe that this is a it is just as likely, however, that Paul composed the aim for this setting. Alright? Let me jump down. Give me a sec. Jump down. Colossians 3 and 23 to 24. Whatever you do, work heartily. Alright? Heartily is to be sincere, as for the Lord and not for men, knowing that from the Lord you will receive the inheritance. As your reward, you are serving the Lord Yahushua. You see, when you want to be seen, you want to be lifted up, you're praising yourself. Because you're serving man. Alright, you're not serving the Lord. The focus is on getting praise here. Alright, your focus is on man praising you, on man lifting you up. Alright? The kind of servitude practiced in the first century was seldom in keeping with the Most High's will. Alright? And the Most High don't want us to lift up ourselves. The scripture say, let the next man praise thee and not thy own mouth. Alright? The scripture, I'm reading the scripture right now that says, serve others and not thyself. So, and that's a part of the Most High law and the Most High precept. Doing that, alright, I could say the kind of servitude practiced in the first century was seldom in keeping with the Most High's will. The scripture regulates the institution without commending it, and the evil of trafficking in human beings and condemned in the New Testament. Right? Let me jump down. 1 Peter 4 and 10 to 11. As each has received a gift, use it to serve one another. Alright, you put your others first, you lift up others first, you give You think about other, you look out for others' interests rather than your own. Alright? You don't be self-centered, arrogant, and mean and rude, and don't care about others and just yourself. As good steward of the Most High, varied grace. Alright? Whoever speak, as one who speaks oracle of the Most High. Right? As one who speak oracles of the Most High. Whoever serves as one who serves by the strength that the Most High supplied, in order that in everything the Most High may be glorified. Him belonging glory and dominion forever and ever. Amen. Alright. Galatians 5:13-14. For you were called to freedom, brothers. Only do not use your freedom as a opportunity for the flesh. You want self-praise. You want praise. You want glory. You want fame. Alright? You lifting up yourself. But true love serve one another. That's what the flesh when you want them things, seeking after them things. Alright? That's what the flesh. Alright? Seeking provision for the flesh. But true love serve one another, for the old law is fulfilled in one word. You shall love your neighbor as yourself. Alright? Acts 42:45. And Yahushua called them to him and said to them, you know that those who are considered rulers of the Gentile lord it over them, and their great ones exercise authority over them. You see? But it shall not be so among you. But whosoever would be great among you must be your servant. Alright? We're supposed to exercise authority over others. Up next, brother Iron, you're supposed to serve. Alright? And whosoever would be first among you must be slave of all, for even the Son of Man came not to be served, and to give his life as a ransom for many. You see? And the servant is not greater than the master. Alright? John 13:12-15. When he had washed their feet and put on his outer garment and resumed his place, he said to them, do you understand what I have done to you? You call me teacher and Lord, and you are right, for so I am. And that's the next way to serve. Alright? Teach. Alright? If I then, your Lord and teacher, have washed your feet, you also ought to wash one another's feet. Alright? For I have given you an example that you also should do just as I have done to you. Meaning, look out for your brothers, look out for others' interests and not your own. Alright? Mark 19:34 only, not your own only. Mark 19:34-35. I say only because you don't just leave your interests and worry about others, but you gotta focus on others' interests also. Alright? Not in a selfish sense, you focus on your own. Alright? But the disciples kept silent, for on the way they had argued with one another about who was the greater. And he said to them, if anyone would be first, he must be last of all and servant of all. You see? You want to be a king, you want to be a priest, you want to be an elect, you got to be a servant of all. Alright? That's what you got to do. Got you 25:34-40. For I was hungry and you gave me food. This is the next way to serve. Like I say, to teach and do good to the church. I was thirsty and you gave me drink. When I say the church, talking about the church with the brothers and sisters calling the name of the Lord, the true name. Talking about these Christian churches. I was thirsty and you gave me drink. I was a stranger and you welcomed me. I was naked and you clothed me. I was sick and you would visit me. I was in prison and you came to me. Then the righteous will answer him, saying, Lord, when did we see you hungry and feed you, or thirst and give you drink? And when did we see you a stranger and welcome you, or naked and clothe you? And when did we see you sick or in prison and visit you? And the king will answer them, Truly I say to you, as you did it one of the least of these my brethren, you did it to me. Alright? So it's Yahushua you serving when you do good to your brothers. You do good to the sisters. Alright? It's Yahushua you serving. You're not serving nobody else. Alright? It's Yahushua you feeding and you clothing. Alright? Romans 12 and 6 to 13. Having gifts that differ according to the grace given to us, let us use them. If prophecy in proportion to our faith, if service in our service, in the one who teaches in his teaching, the one who exhorts in his exhortation, the one who contributes in generosity, the one who leads with zeal, the one who does act of mercy with cheerfulness. Let love be genuine, abhor what is evil, hold fast to what is good, love one another with brotherly affection, outdo one another in showing honor. Do not be slothful in zeal, be fervent in spirit, serve the Lord, rejoice in hope, be patient in tribulation, be constant in prayer, contribute to the needs of the saints, and seek to show hospitality. That's how you serve. With that, all praise and glory. Shalom.